Now, this was in fact the fourth time in 28 long years that the Israeli incumbent Prime Minister Netanyahu addressed a joint session of the American Congress in Washington, D.C. Now, this is the highest number of addresses to the American Congress by any foreign leader. But in all of these years, there's been a notable shift in the American-Israeli relationship. Now, take a look at some of these images on your screens as we go back to 1996, when Netanyahu had delivered his very first address to the U.S. Congress. Now, Al Gore was the U.S. Vice President back then. He presided over the address and greeted Netanyahu onto the dais. In 2011 and 2015, then U.S. Vice President Joe Biden had followed the protocol, but this time there was a marked deviation. Unlike the past when the Vice President and the Speaker of the House were present, Vice President Kamala Harris chose to give the event a miss this time round. Although the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, greeted the Israeli Prime Minister, Harris was on the presidential campaign trail. On Wednesday, as many as 80 congressmen boycotted Netanyahu's speech. That's a sizable number of American lawmakers. Now, the tense relationship between the Biden administration and Netanyahu is out to the open. All this at a time where the war in Gaza has led to massive backlash because of the enormous human casualties that are being witnessed in the Israeli campaign of bombings. Now, Harris is rapidly consolidating her support, with Biden dropping out of the presidential race. She's been more sympathetic towards the Palestinian cause. As the Vice President, Harris opted not to change her pre-existing plans and instead chose to woo the voters in Indiana rather than to attend the speech that was being given by Netanyahu. This move of hers is likely to solidify support from the young, the minorities and also the more progressive voters who've been very vocal to their opposition to this war in the Gaza Strip, which Biden has backed to the hilt. Now, Harris's allies have said that though the Vice President has backed Biden's support for the state of Israel, she's actually more sympathetic to the Palestinians, given potentially her South Asian descent. Her language has been inclusive of both Israeli security and the plight into which the Palestinians have been plunged. With the U.S. presidential polls just months away, the big question, of course, is will Kamala Harris continue to support the state of Israel if she is voted to power?
Unburdened by what has been.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.